On this day, June 28th, 2015, TNA Impact was held one of its key pay-per-views in Slammiversary. The event animated from Universal Studios in Orlando. I want to take a look back at this event, not just because it was the first TNA/Impact event on the new Destination America era, but it's fun to reflect and see who's gone where from that car. A number of people who have landed in WWE. Some are now back in Impact or have moved on to other promotions. Perhaps the most interesting aspect is how this event has handled in the build-up. Summerversary aired after an entire week of TV tapings, meaning the company had filmed post-Summerversary content before the pay-per-view aired. There were also rumors once again that Tina was officially going under, with a number of stars rumored to be leaving and the possibility that they won't have a home on TV much longer. The company's birthday celebration felt very much like a funeral. Summerversary opened with a three-way X Division Championship elimination match that was added to the card just hours before bell time. New champion Tigre Uno was tasked with defending against two former champions in a match where Uno was at a disadvantage. The X Division stars set the tone for the night, as they usually do, but this was at a time where the X Division solely lacked stories. There was no emotional investment behind these three competitors battling it out. Luckily, Impact has improved in that realm. In the past 5 years that have passed, Tigre Uno held the title for nearly 200 days before departing at the end of 2016. DJC was featured on and off before signing with WWE last year. He is now part of a new cruiserweight faction in NXT. Matic, who we know was TJP, had his stint in WWE's cruiserweight division, but he's now back in Impact and could very well find a spot on this year's Summerversary card. Tigre Uno defeated TJC and Matic to retain his X Division championship. YBE defeated Jesse Gotcher. The Bowmans had imploded and they needed a big stage to blow off the rivalry. Not much is remembered about this match, aside from YBE scoring the abrupt victory over his larger opponent. The breakup was irrelevant within a year because they went on to challenge for the Tag Team Championship together at Summerversary 2016. Where are they now? YBE is a manager named Robert Stone in NXT, while Jesse is exploring a career in acting. Street Fight. Bram defeated Matt Morgan. Bram spent the road to Summerversary being veterans in open challenge to build up to a bigger fight on pay-per-view against the formidable Matt Morgan. The match was ruled a street fight just before the bell, which proved to be in Bram's favor as he went on to score the win. Bram's career in Impact Wrestling didn't take as off many had hoped, but he's since found success as Thomas Latimer in NWA. Matt Morgan has stepped away from the ring and is now the mayor of Longwood, Florida, outside of Orlando. Austin Aries defeated Davey Racer. At this time, the Wolves, Davey Racer and Eddie Aries were embroiled in a best-of-5 rivalry against the Dirty Heels, Austin Aries, and Bobby Roode to crown new tag team champions. Ideally, their rivalry would have complemented in match 5 at Summerversary, but it was saved for a bell-to-bell special the following week on Impact. More on that later. So to determine who will pick the stipulation in for match 5, Aries and Wizard clashed in the most technically sound bout of the night. As fate would have it, a double pulled off the win and led to a 30-minute Iron Man stipulation. The Knockouts division was won by the Dollhouse, comprised of then Knockouts champion Terrence Terrell and her up-and-coming recruit Jay, known as Mia Yim and Marty Bell. Book and Awesome Kong, who both have their sights set on Terrell's title, put the difference aside and attempt to defeat the trio. Book and Kong pull off the win, but it was confusing as to why Gail Kim wasn't in the match to level the playing field. Regardless, Terrell vs. Book vs. Kong for the Knockout Championship self-aired here instead of bell to bell. The non-censored scrap was another highlight of the show. Dan Storm and Magnus brawled all over the arena, which even caused a power outage at one point. These two eventually left it all in the ring with the use of multiple weapons. The highlight of Magnus hitting a flying elbow drop out of the ring onto Storm wasn't enough to put away the cowboy though. Dan Storm stole the win in one of his final pay-per-view appearances. Nowadays, Magnus, known as Nick Aldis, and Storm can be seen in NWA. Here we have a random tag team match to fill time before the main event. I don't recall if there was a story here other than EC3 was on his way to becoming world champion and needed a win on the pay-per-view before that aired. In fact, EC3 self faced world champion Kurt Angle in the main event, but that was saved for free TV. Bobby Lashley is for sure the one who's had the most success over the years. He became a main event player in Impact before returning to WWE. EC3 could very well be on his way back to Impact, where he's sure to thrive over after booking Woo's his bad booking in WWE. EC3 and Tyrus defeated Bobby Lashley and Mr. Anderson. The King of the Mountain Championship featured Jeff Jarrett, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Matt Hardy, and Drew Galloway. It was fun to witness a King of the Mountain match in person, even though this one didn't really mean much in the end. The King of the Mountain Championship was introduced for this random main event where Jeff Jarrett will walk away as the victor. Some might say there was hashtag LOL TNA at its finest. Ironically, every single person eventually found their way to WWE, and if I'm not mistaken, all of them were employed by WWE at the same time as of last year. Drew McIntyre is now a world champion. Matt Hardy is an AEW. Jarrett and Roode are still with WWE, and Eric Young is a free agent, so he could easily pop up at this year's Slammiversary. The card that could have been, as mentioned, TNA used Slammiversary as the build to a free build-to-build special on Destination America. It never made sense, but that's what happened. Had TNA combined the cards for Slammiversary and build-to-build, the ideal Slammiversary card would look something like this: EC3 vs. World Champion Kurt Angle, Book vs. Awesome Kong vs. Knockout Champion Terrence Terrell, Dirty Heels vs. The Wolf and the Dirty Man Iron Man match to crown new tag team champions, Matic vs. DJC vs. X-Division Champion Tigre Uno, James Storm vs. Magnus, a non-censored match. The Watson, at the time the Watson would consist of Drew Galloway, Eli Drake, and Maka, also known as Tangalo, one half of the Gorilla of this league, versus the BDC consists of MVP, Kenny King, and I think it was King. Let me think. MVP, Kenny King, and I think it was Low-Key at the time, and maybe Samoa Joe. And the Lucy team disbands. Robbie E versus Jesse Gosser, if I mispronounce his last name, and Bram versus Matt Morgan. Oh, what it could have been. Unfortunately, we may be saying the same thing this year with the way the 2020 Anniversary card is going. Tessa Blanchard and Michael Elgin have been removed from the main event, so who knows what other changes will be made. Was it a show video? I just would like to bring that out. Well, I'd like to say thank you for listening to my video. Please like or comment on my YouTube channel. My name is Ishmael Carmichael. And please subscribe to my channel. Until then, have a nice day.